Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 5th episode in my 3rd Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. In the last episode, I brought my army back up here, cleared out some of these ruins, dealt with the bandit camp with that dwarf and this small group of units right here, which are on their way to support this army, led by a Frostling sorcerer, who I have big plans for him. After having played off camera with Evan a little bit, I had a sorcerer hero that just turned the tide of a whole war for me. So yeah, these guys are on their way up here. I'm going to be putting a city down, and I also realized some other things. There were really good comments this week that I can't wait to get through, because I think these are going to be extremely helpful for me. First thing though, I do want to mention that I'm going to at least try to remember to bump the volume up by about 25%. The general consensus that the volume is a little on the quiet side, but it's not too bad. People can still kind of work with it. So to maintain consistency, I might boost it. Well, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 25% for this episode. And then we'll see if you guys, if that works out better for you guys, just let me know. Okay, so comments for what I should be doing next. Prowlers. Evan mentioned that Prowlers, when I say Evan, I'm referring to Vontos. I just know him personally as Evan, so you have to bear with me there. But Prowlers might be worth investing in, and I think that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, it might be worth putting a Tigran city here so I can get Prowlers with Fear Strike. Having a very aggressive unit with martial arts that could also scare units into trying to run away from it. It also has Predator, so if the unit does try to run, I'd do more damage when it retreats. So that might be a good use for this Castle of the Lich King, something I could do now rather than waiting until later, instead of having to wait to put orcs down there. And I could always migrate it to orcs later if I really wanted to, but I think I might do that instead. This gives enough benefits, 20 production, mana, knowledge, and, well, the dead population doesn't help me, but I think that would be a pretty solid city, even with just that. Maybe I would maybe I should try to get this in its borders as well. I don't know, I might not even need that. I'd have to check to see how much Prowlers cost to make, and I haven't gotten the tech for them yet, or the upgrades in my city for them yet. Let's see, the city down here. Okay, so I have an area over here-ish. Wait, I'm kind of a little lost. It's this lake right here. So down here, I'd mentioned earlier that this would be a nice spot to put a city for support units for Tigran Mystics, as I could get Resurgence from the Forbidden Sanctum, and then the Magic Academy benefits from the Magic Library here. I'll probably put the city right in between these two structures. I need to clear this for extra production, but what I didn't realize and what I didn't think of until I was playing an off-camera game with Evan and kind of figured this out, the Succubi, I didn't realize this, they're actually a support unit. For some reason I was thinking they were a regular, like the Bards, but they are, actually the Bards might be support too, now that I think of it. I should check that. I don't know for sure off the top of my head, but yeah, this would benefit Succubi too. So this city is a really big priority. I need to get that built ASAP. So instead of producing merchandise in this city, I'm going to make another settler so that I need to expand and get control over some of this area, because I'm going to have some production capabilities when I run into these guys. I'll go ahead and start it going to the next turn here. There's a few other things to go over. XLNT2 New, I think, is how you say his name. He had suggested that, among several other things, he actually and I had a good discussion in the comments, but the one thing I really wanted to mention out of that is that he reminded me mind control is very important for a rogue. Mind control, charming, seducing. I need to be doing that more often. I haven't done a lot of that lately, because the only unit I have is my rogue with charm, so that's something I need to do, is get Succubi and Bards quicker, basically. And this city down here, I think, will be where I'm going to be making Succubi, so that's probably something I need to make a higher priority. And then Raggy Raggedman pointed out that I shouldn't always use produce merchandise by default. What you should do is the produce merchandise, produce mana, all those upgrades or things that the city can do, generate mana, it increases whatever your city is getting by 50%. It's not a flat amount. So you should really try to produce more of any given type of resource in a city that's already generating a lot of that resource. So in this city, I guess merchandise would still be good, but it might not always be the case. You might have a city that's generating more mana than merchandise, and it would be better at generating mana. So you want to keep in mind what sort of resources you need. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. He also mentioned that I should avoid detection, and this is I wanted to talk about with my crow over here. I started to pop him above ground. After I got off, I sort of realized this, and I think he's right. It might be wise to avoid detection until I'm ready to actually launch an attack. If anyone's going to meet the enemy, I'd prefer that it be my main army here so that they could actually do some damage. I don't want to just meet the enemy just to see them and have them see me, because if I do, they'll start disjuncting all of these active spells that I've got going: treasure raiding, poison mastery, and corpse looting. I don't really want to have to deal with reinforcing those spells right now, so I'm going to keep my crow underground and just explore the underground. It's less likely I'll find someone down here, and more likely I'll find city spots that I can make use of. So I will continue exploring with this crow. I see here a Vault of Knowledge. It's near some other gold mines, so that's one spot. Oh, there's a lost city down here too, so that could be kind of cool. Down here in the corner there appears to be an enchanting tree, which doesn't do the Tigrans a whole lot of good necessarily. That mana pile up ahead of my crow does, though, so I'm going to send it that way. I'm kind of curious as to see if there's anything else down here, but maybe later. I think I should probably keep him on the main roads for now. Up here I have to actually decide on this turn where specifically I'm going to put the city. It's going to be like in this region somewhere, like either here or maybe I'll put it here so it grows a little faster. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference because the only other structure that it can get close to picking up is going to be this one here. So I suppose I should put it in this spot for quick growth, and then the borders will reach out and get that city, and they'll eventually reach down here for this one. That also puts it a little bit more out of the way, so that's what I'm going to do. Now the growth doesn't help me much yet because I am waiting on backup troops to get up there and help them fight, and they are on their way. We'll see what's in. I'm going to see what's in this magic spring. Oh, they've got a bear in there. I wish my rogue was up here. I'd have a chance at charming it, but I can't afford to send my main army all the way up there yet. Does anybody else have, like, a befriend animal? I'm pretty sure nymphs don't. No. Nymphs do have bard skill. Oh, the fairy has bard skills. That could be kind of helpful. I didn't realize that. So I'm just going to continue moving forward with these guys. The Tigran Sun Guard, I don't really know. He's kind of like an extra unit. Actually, no, he could go with this army too, because they're going to need 4 people. There's only 2 in that group. So I will have them all kind of group up together. I'll send the Tigran Sun Guard out ahead of the others. Oh wait, no, I can't count. Yeah, that's right. I do need, well, for a stack of 6, I need just 1 more. I'm thinking about actually, no, because I really want the ferry with the group. I was thinking about leaving like a range unit behind in my capital to defend the city walls in case something snuck up on it. The ferry could probably hold off a few of those, what are they called? Lost souls. But I really want her and her bard skills with that army. What I might do is break off the dwarf axeman and have him go do something else. He could maybe go with the dwarf prospector and protect him while he's digging. I'm not really sure. I do have plans for that prospector, by the way. A few of you mentioned out how important his tunneling ability will be. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and put this city right here. Okay. I want that prospector to get up here and dig out this area around the city, because all those dirt walls are going to be turned into barrens and will actually make my Tigrans happier. I don't want to dig this line right here because I'm going to try to use this as a choke point because that cave entrance is kind of isolated, so I'll probably put a fort right next to it. But otherwise I'm going to try to clear out as many of this stuff as I can, which makes me think that I should actually, because when he tunnels I don't think he moves as quickly. Let's test that real quick. It would cost me 3 movement to move onto a Fertile Plains tile in the underground. And see, that cost him 6 to tunnel. So I'm gonna have him book it towards the city. This guy is still gonna continue south. I'm probably gonna build another bridge across the water down here, and then go for that fort in the southwest corner. Alright, my main army is here, so I may as well get moving with them. They are going to follow this path down here and see what's in this area. Hopefully I find a cave entrance down here somewhere, so even if the enemy is above ground, I estimate them to be in this kind of part of the map, because I'm way up here in the northwest corner. So if I can find a cave entrance to pop up out of and surprise them with my main army, that might be better. It's a little risky because I don't want my main army to get overwhelmed, but there are some risks that you kind of have to take, and I think that's one of them. Alright, this crow is going primarily for the gold that's over there, but he's got to go around, which is unfortunate. I could actually send the crow out ahead of my king's army to scout, so they know what they're getting into. And you know what? At some point, whenever I clear that water, I'm literally pointing at my screen here. I don't know why I'm doing that, because you guys can't see me. When I clear that whirlpool or tempest thing, whatever it is, I'll have units on the water out there anyway. So I'm going to actually send the crow ahead of my king's army to scout what's coming ahead of them, just so they don't walk into anything, any traps or anything like that. Let's see. I could use some of my excess mana to summon another crow on the next turn. That's probably not a bad idea. A few of you guys did point out how important scouting is going to be. I think I'll do that. I've got a little mana surplus here, and I want to use it. I don't want to have it be wasted, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'm sure there's not only a goblin butcher in there. Some goblin units have cave concealment, specifically their marauders and swarm darters, so I'm going to have to deal with more than that to clear that structure. Let's just sit. Well, actually, no, there's still a turn off, so I'm just going to have them sit here for now. I'm not going to try taking on that bear with just that group. And then I think that's everything. I was saving gold to get this city. You know, it can wait a little bit. The settler's more important, I think. I am going to get that city eventually, and I am still getting the gold and mana benefits from having that stuff in its territory, because it is my vassal right now. So that's fine. I'll get them later. I'm a little concerned that there might actually be one guy underground, but on the other hand, I think that would be good for me if, like, they had dwarves or somebody that started underground, or goblins. It'd be kind of good and bad for me, because actually I think that would just be good for me, because my main army could have a chance to kill one without really exposing itself a lot above ground, and then I could kind of fortify underground a little better without having to worry about so many people in the overworld. Okay, goblins want peace. I will go ahead and take that, I think. I am at slightly, you know, they're in a good spot way out there. I wouldn't mind just turning them into a vassal and buying them and then using their units to expand. I really do want goblin tech, since I'm going to be underground. So I'll go ahead and friend and buddy up with them. I can manage it. My morale's still only at positive 50, and I'm sure I'll get more opportunities to lower it. I don't remember what was in this structure, so I'm gonna pop my dwarf in there real quick, since he can move fastest out of everybody. 2 Tigran Sphinxes, a Mystic, and 3 Sun Guards. I don't think that I can handle that. No, not without losing somebody. As much as I really do want to clear this, though, while these units are up here. I've got the Swarm Darter. The 2 Sphinxes would be kind of an issue. This thing at least has... No, that thing doesn't have Inflict Stun yet. It gets it when it levels up. Oof, this is a tough call, because that city's resources would be really nice under the dwarves' control. It's going to be a little while before the dwarves' borders expand that far, though, and hopefully by the time they do, I'll have other units that can go deal with that. So I'm not going to risk this army right now. They're too important to take chances like that. I'm going to just keep going down. I wonder if any good units respawned in that inn. My king's army is going to be summoning a crow soon, so I'll probably wait until they're here. I'll summon it here. And then I'll go down here and see what's in there. An Orc Black Knight and a few Elf Longbowmen. I wouldn't mind having that Black Knight around. They're pretty solid cavalry, tier 2 cavalry units. I'll wait a turn, and then I think maybe I'll keep buying the Dwarf City unless I get a nice bit of money income, and then I think I'll buy that. Alright, I actually probably should have sent this crow, since it flew all the way down here. Well, I think I sent the wrong crow. That's alright. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Another Vault of Knowledge. Lots of opportunities for good archers, but they're all underground, and the elves don't really like the underground. But I do have Domain of Earth, so I can make the elves like the underground, and that'd be a very worthwhile spell to use. I don't have elf tech, though, and I'm not going to find it down here, so it's unlikely that that's ever going to happen. I should probably plan to use these for something else. Okay, on the next turn I can buy the Black Knight and send that crow out to explore this way. I think I'm going to use this one to explore what's to my left and down here. There might be another good little isolated city spot. Item for my mage. It's very good. Can't wait to get him leveled up. Once the mages start getting powered up and get some of their good spells, they become incredible. Okay, I'm going to use that Axeman for something else and have this group continue on to join those three there. I'm just going to have them stay together just for the sake of being on the safe side. And, well, actually, I guess the Axeman is heading this way anyway, so he's going to hang out with that Dwarf Prospector and just kind of keep an eye on things. Really, I need one more unit to be confident in being able to defend, but if it's a group of scoundrels, the Axeman actually does quite well because he's got that defensive strike option. Can only use it once, but might be able to use spells to help myself win a battle like that, keep my units alive. Exit, because I can't pay for them, and I can't pay for them. But I'm keeping those notifications on there for now just because I do want to eventually make them vassals. Mostly because, in the case of this Archon city, the reason why I want it as a vassal, because if I destroy it, there's nothing else that I really want to put there. I think just having them as a vassal city that might occasionally give me rewards would be better than raising the city and putting something else there. Let's see. Where was this at? Lugar, I think. Yeah. So I finished the Siege Workshop, and they're wondering what they should make next. The city would be great for general production. Actually, I wonder, now that I think about it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that city could get that Lich King Castle, plus all the other production options that it has. Ooh, I think I should do that. Let me count that out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, cities can get that big. I should do that. Oh, I need to do that. This city's got to grow really fast. I can use the borders are going to grow by 1 turn next turn, so that'll get them here. Stonewall gets it here, Observatory gets it here, so then it just needs to grow 2 more. I think the Grand Palace will grow it again. Can't afford the Masters Guild, so I'll get something cheaper for now. Let's get the Laboratory for now. The extra research would be helpful. But yeah, I think expanding the borders in that direction could be... Yeah, I'm just going to use this city to get that. I don't know what I'll put down here. Maybe nothing, maybe just a fort. There's really not enough structures to make use of that, the group of orcs there, which they can just chill out there for a little longer. Alright, where do I want this bridge to go? I think that in general, more likely my road's going to trail down here towards other cities. I could dig a path for it to cross through there. I think the bridge is going to go from here to here. That's my plan. And I'll go ahead and spend a little bit of... You know what? I'm not going to spend money on roads right now. because I'm very low on money. So I'm just going to spend what I need to make the bridge. But yeah, that's rock cavern walls, so I can't dig through that, unfortunately. That's just stuck there. In fact, can I build... Can't reach destination this turn. Okay, I must just not have enough movement point to do that. Alright, Tigran Cheetah, no. This city, well, I don't really need the storehouse in it just yet. The Builder's Hall would be kind of good, but I'll let it produce merchandise for this turn. City's not getting any mana or research, so merchandise makes more sense than anything else in this case, although not much. But yeah, I'm more concerned now with getting this city bigger, because I think that's going to be a really nice city. We'll at least be able to make great prowlers, but a lot of other solid units too, on account of having so much production. I could probably make almost anything in one turn in that city. Could make Shadow Stalkers there later. Speaking of which, I'm currently researching Scales of Fortune. I will let that finish, but as soon as it's done, I'm going to start working on getting new types of units. For now, I'm still mostly upgrading cities and buildings, but like I said earlier, I need to make Succubi and all that kind of stuff a higher priority. It's just Scales of Fortune is something that I want before I start mass producing units, so that I can get that 100% critical strike bonus on them, which is going to double when I have the Tigran Military Governance 4. Okay, there's another city down here and more mana, which I can always use. Those guys can chill out for a little longer. You know, now that I think of it, I'd sort of discounted this area before, and I think I had mentioned to somebody that I didn't put a city or a fort up there. Ah, nuts. Okay, well, this crow's life is... man, that crow's in a good place, though. I don't want him to die. I don't think there's any way I can do this, but I'm going to try it anyway. I want to run away from these guys. This is why a lot of times I keep my crows on either the water or on the lava. The problem is these guys all have sprint, and I can only rain a poison blades one of them. You know what? I'm not going to waste your time. I can't win that battle. Sorry, crows. Well, my mana income jumped up a little bit, so there's that. I do have this other crow over here. He'll probably follow the lava lake in that direction, or lava river, or go through the caverns, you know, one thing or another. Alright, let's see what's down in this little area. There's a cave exit there. I'm not going to pop up out of it yet. There's probably no one on the other side, but I mean, that goes down into, like... Well, I may as well see what this dead end is. It's just a gold mine. There's nothing good down there. And it's too far away from these other ones to be useful. So, I might pop him up out of that cave entrance just because I don't think I'll see anybody. Just to mark the spot on the overworld map to make it easier to find later. Okay, you are going to, for now, just fly straight ahead of the king. Which is actually going to pass you up on this turn, but that's alright. Okay, I get a Vault of Knowledge here. I should get some knowledge from clearing this. There's some nice stuff here. Vault of Knowledge, another Spring of Life there. I need to try to convert units, so I'm going to see if I can get that apprentice on my team. No mercy. Manual combat. Swarm Darter will be useful in a battle like this. Is a useful option to deal with those wisps. Looks like they're going to charge me, so that's good. Unfortunately, those wisps are going to definitely try to stun somebody. I'm going to try to make it easier for them to do that. Well, not to stun them, but to phase them and hit them that way. Alright. I want to convert that mage. I really do. I need to find a way to do that safely. Okay, I can kill at least one wisp. Because I can hit him with this. And then I could charge him, which would maybe kill him. I can use this thing to phase and use up the action points of a different one to prevent him from phasing. Alright, I've got a plan here. Yeah. So, if I go here with this guy, that prevents this one from phasing anywhere. See, it can't phase now because it has to have all 3 action points to phase. This guy I'm going to try to kill. I'm hoping my saber-toothed chariot can get him, but if he doesn't, the goblin swarm darters could probably finish him off pretty easily. Okay, no good. But my saber-toothed chariot did not get stunned, and you know, as a matter of fact, the worst that thing is going to do is probably flank the Node Serpent, and then this thing will flank the Node Serpent a couple times. Not a big deal, because the Node Serpent resists their magic. So these two are basically out of commission now, which leaves me free to try to charm this guy with my hero. Got it. Excellent. Got a little lucky there. Now it's just a matter of killing this one, which is going to be really easy to do. I'm just going to shoot him. Actually, I might not even need to do that. I can hit him with that. And I will let the swarm darters get a shot off on him. Okay, critical hit. Alright. He could finish this one off. It's not really necessary, but I do want to Guardian Flames my hero. I'm going to let the Node Serpent take those hits. Wait, I don't have to do that. They can finish him off. There we go, that went pretty well. And that Shock Serpent will get XP for fighting with that Wisp. Which is good because the Wisp magical damage is doing like nothing to that guy. He'll finish it on this turn, so I'm going to heal him with Med Magical Being. And does anybody else have any useful abilities? I don't think so, to buff their XP just a little more. That's fine. We'll just finish him off. Alright, more casting points. Continue to pile up. I like it. Okay, so I got another apprentice. It might be worth me to start with this army, since I do want to use them to launch an attack. What I think I need to do is kind of split them up, but keep them in the same area, like next to each other, and start forming 2 armies by converting units. So he's going to form the foundation of a new army, but for now he's just going to trail behind the others, because I want this guy in this army healing units, for now at least. And he can stay there. And I'll just try to charm my way to having more units. Speaking of charm, look who's down here, Dire Bear. That would be just delightful to have. For now, they'll wait. Okay, Domain of Earth is tempting, but I'm going to get Scoundrels. I'm going to start researching these units. I need those. I'm going to need those. Alright, I can build that bridge now, which is good. Okay. That used up all of his movement, which is fine. Now I have a way to get units back and forth. I might go ahead and just build another one over there, because it's not going to really cost me anything, and maybe I'll have reason to move that direction at some point. I don't think the enemy ever will, so it won't be a disadvantage. But first, priority for this builder is to actually probably tunnel through this. I don't want to tunnel through all the dirt cavern walls in the dwarves area, because the dwarves actually like them. But I think just for the sake of having a shorter path to travel, probably will take out those 2. And then go on down and make my little fort down there. I got the assassin, or I got the scoundrel instantly, so I can start working on produce bard now. And I am going to need them. Okay, another hero join offer. This one is tricky for me because Having a necromancer, I really do like necromancers. I like how they can raise cadavers and kind of build their own army. On the flip side, I like to also put them with Archon units, but in this game, I'm neutral, not evil. I do have those Archons near me, so she might be able to make use of them. I don't think Bard skills affects undead. That's something I kind of wonder about. Let's close this for now. And I want to look something up real quick. I want to look up Bard. Goblin Bard, it doesn't matter. I'll just look up Tiger and Bard because that's what I've got. They have Bard skills which Elemental Machine and Undead units are not affected. That's tough. I really would. I do like Necromancers, but I just don't feel like she would be useful enough for me. It is a Tigran, though. That's something to consider. She'd have Barons running and she'd benefit from it, but none of her Undead would. I'm going to roll the dice on her and see if I can get something a little better. I would love to get a Theocrat. Another Sorcerer would be fine. Even a Warlord would be good. Somebody to be more of a brawler. Oh, that's tough, though. Because, I mean, I do have those Undead Archons down there. No, I'm not going to use them very much this game. I'll try for somebody else. Oh, Rogue leveled up. Good. Poison Knowledge. This would add on to the Poison Knowledge that my army already has from having Poison Mastery, the spell active. I like that. We could always use more damage output, so I'll take it. That's I love those leader bonuses that give your army a benefit to a certain type of range strength. And I know Poison Knowledge affects range attacks, not range strength specifically, but Poison Knowledge does affect ranged attacks. Some of the others, like I think Sacred Arms, only affects just melee strikes. Alright, my new city up here has enough money to start building things, but I want to think about the dwarves. I might want to hold off on that just so I can get them in my country and start upgrading that city. Especially since there's not really anything down there to threaten them right now. Lost Souls or anything else would have to come a really long way, because I've cleared out all the hostile mob spawning structures in this area. I think the closest one is a monster den right there. So this city can wait a little bit. Just maybe one more turn, produce merchandise. It's gonna get some free growth from the bears there from that. Oh, hey, look, have some guests, and just in time. All right, it's gonna get free growth from that. So I probably do need to go out and clear that monster den sooner rather than later. Once these structures are gone, I think the army will run down there, clear that, then maybe come back and get that in and see what's in there. Might be a good unit. Right now, I just need numbers of units really bad. Okay, so let's pay attention here. Rock cavern walls. Oh, that's dirt. That's dirt. So there's a lot of dirt I can dig out around here. I'll start doing that with these guys. Okay. For my main army here to move forward. Oh, no, wait. He's just going to hold ground for this turn. I think that's it. There's just a bunch of proposals and things that I can buy, but I don't really have the gold to do it right now. I am admittedly very curious about what this would do. Box of Cataclysms, but I don't want to deal with all that chaos right now. Wizard Tower Ruins would be nice to have, but that's one of the harder structures to clear. Okay, a different hero. This is a Halfling Rogue. Halflings don't like the underground very much, and I already have a Rogue. I really would like a Theocrat. I'm gonna gamble on it again and roll the dice. Probably should have checked his abilities, though. That's something I don't look at often enough. Let's see. Stone walls generate happiness, or crossbowmen deal an additional +2 range damage. This is one of the easiest things to pick. I just don't plan on using dwarf crossbows. The economic one for extra happiness will always be worth more to me, I think. Okay, I got my settler. This city, this, again, my capital. What does Planar Gate let me use? That's the one that lets me build Succubus and Shadow Stalkers, which I'm in the process of researching towards. Doesn't do me any good to build that just quite yet, but I think building it about the same time that I'm finishing off the research for those things would be good. To get the research faster, probably should get a library. I don't really need the storehouse here. What else can this city produce? I can make Sun Guards here. I can make Mystics here now too. But I'm gonna go for broke and try to rush towards those Succubus and Shadow Stalkers, and just generally my more powerful units. So the laboratory it is. This guy is in the way. Alright, so this settler is heading down here to camp out near this water. I won't have enough units to clear those structures yet, but I will eventually. So they'll have to hang tight for now. More importantly is going after my enemies with my armies here, if I have the opportunity to do so. Let's send the crow... Let's send the crow down to scout these, odd little pathways and stuff. Down here, oh, that's a decent amount of stuff down there. That wouldn't make for a half-bad city. Well, yeah, because I could put it like here, and then I'd get benefits from this too. Yeah, I could put a city in this area. This isn't a bad spot for a city at all. I could even get the tomb over there if I wanted to. So I'll probably maybe want my builder or a settler to come down here at some point. Builder to clear some of the dirt and stuff. My king's army needs to take care of those spiders. Maybe I can charm one of them if I'm lucky. Maybe I can charm a bear here if I'm really lucky. Let's see. Very likely victory. Well, unfortunately they didn't charge me. That's okay. That fairy's kind of sticking out for the rest of the group. You notice it there, so I think she's going to be the one I try to take out first. I have a gun that would just be perfect for that. Alright, something like that is fine. Can anyone give buffs or anything like that? Nope, just Guardian Flame, which I'll get later. Kind of like having these orcs underground. I don't mind being underground. Okay, they're just gonna come right out after me. Unicorn takes away some of her movement. That bear is a priority. I want to get that bear, but I don't want to get myself killed doing it. And he will do a lot of damage to somebody. Probably better to use up his movement points, if I can. Let's see, those fairies kind of expose themselves. I'm going to go ahead and shoot them. They won't handle that very well at all. Yeah, one shot and they're gone. I need to use up that bear's movement. Does this thing have any physical protection at all? It does not. I was thinking it did, but I'm thinking of Phantasm Warriors. The bear will retaliate twice. It'll give it some good experience, though. And it'll take up 2 of the bear's movement points. I'm going to go back here with these guys. Hit them with a couple flanks. This saber-tooth chariot, if I can get the unicorn off of my hero... Wait, my hero can actually charm that bear from here. It'd be easier for me to charm the unicorn, but I think the unicorn's dedicated to good, and I'm not going to be good. So... I just need to decide the best way of doing this. I kind of want him to hit the bear just for the XP that he's going to get by having a tier 3 unit hit him back. He's got the health to do it, and I've got these guys to heal him, so... I'm going to do it. Okay, that uses up some of the bear's movement. It also levels up the Node Serpent. Now, if only this guy was here instead of there. You know what? I have plenty of options here. The unicorns don't like poison, because they have blight weakness, so let's get rid of him now. This leaves him free to deal with those hunters. And leaves him, and I intentionally... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I don't want to hit the bear twice. He's just got one action point left. That's all I want to get rid of. So let's see. I dropped the fairy, dropped the hunter, dropped the unicorn, so nobody else. I'm going to do a frontal assault on the bear here. I don't want to flank it and kill it. I just want to use up its action points. In fact, I could have let it hit the node serpent, now that I think of it. That would have probably been smarter if I'm looking to maximize XP gain. Okay, and although its guard is not down yet, it will be on the next turn, so I'm just gonna wait. Alright. I'm gonna phase him over here. So they can use Men Magical Being. Probably should have kept him close enough for this guy to heal him too. Let's try to get the bear now. Yes! Oh, that's awesome. Good, good, good. And a Nightshade Fairy? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is good. There are so many good things happening right now. This army just became a lot better. Holy smokes. Okay, it's time to split people up, I think. It's time for the Dreadnought to have his own little group. Oh, man. Oh, that is just awesome. Maybe not for this next battle, though, because I can only get one army in on this structure. So I'm going to send my rogue. I'm going to send the Node Serpent, because it needs to level up. I will send the Dreadnought, because I know he needs to be there for healing. I'm going to send the bear, because he needs to be healed by the Dreadnought. Actually, the bear's a little bit low on health. I'll let it sit this one out. And the Orc Apprentice can sit it out as well. I'll send the Nightshade Fury because they're just awesome. And then what do we got here? We're dealing with dwarves. They're going to resist the Goblin's Blight damage. So I will probably let... Yeah. Well, I don't know. Those Forge Priests would be kind of vulnerable to them. And I think the Forge Priests resist fire too. Yeah. They resist fire a lot more than they resist blight. So, one Saber-Tooth Chariot, one Goblin. Okay, that's good enough. I don't think I have anyone that can tunnel, or else I could... Yeah. Or else I could open that up and get both armies in on this. It's alright. Very likely victory. Okay. They've split up into two different groups. They do this sometimes. It's very stupid. This group over here has to walk all the way around. My Nightshade Fairy could probably go deal with them by itself, just throwing crap over the wall at them. That's probably what I'm going to do with her. Let's see what we've got up here. 2 Forge Priests and an Axeman. This thing won't handle the Forge Priest that well. So I want to avoid him getting hit by fire attacks if possible. I think it's going to be just better off to let them come lower their guard. I'm going to put him here on defense. He's got a lot of health, so he can handle hits from all that stuff. And move them up just a little bit. Put the Node Serpent behind him. And then, yeah, I'm going to have the Fairy come over here and start picking on these guys. Guardian Flames, my hero is resisting all that fire damage. Alright, I would love to get rid of that thing. The Nightshade Fairy would actually be a lot better at dealing with that Axeman. Node Serpent wouldn't be bad, though. I could probably use up his movement. I kind of want him going after one of the priests, because they're going to be... They don't have a shield, so they're going to be a little more vulnerable to him. The Dreadnought could shoot him, but I think I also want the Dreadnought to try to shoot one of those Forged Priests. That would do not enough to kill him. I need to charm somebody, and I think it's going to be that Deep Guard, which can move... Could move to this spot. Ouch. I'm going to try to get that Deep Guard on my team. The Forge... Oh no, the Forge Priests have Guardian Flame. I need their healing. I want one of them. If I can manage to charm them. Let's see here. I will... He can't quite kill him though either. Okay, I'm going to move up. I've gotten a plan. I'm going to use the gun to punch through that Axeman's armor and kill him. Alright. Then I'm going to use these guys to kill, or help kill, the priest up front. But after this Saber-Tooth Chariot... Oh wait, no, I want to get 2 hits on him with that guy. He might actually outright kill them. He probably will. Let's see if Charm works on the other one. Alright, it did not work. How about I use up one of his action points and take that hit? Move back here, attack this one, which puts both of them under pressure. He's only got 2 action points to shoot with, so I can move the goblins. Actually, I don't need to move the goblins because they can shoot right through obstacles without issues. And I can get flank attacks, kill that guy. Okay, so now it's only 1 Forged Priest left with only... Yeah, only 1 Forged Priest left and with only 2 action points. He is going to go ahead and use them to try to cook somebody. This fairy should be able to handle these guys without too much trouble. Alright. Kinda wish I still had my gun. Alright, Node Serpent's gonna be the one to get this kill. I need to heal somebody. Probably the Node Serpent, because my main leader will heal faster. My main leader can probably help finish those guys off. So that's what I'm going to do. Send her like this. Oh, I did already use Guardian Flame on her, but she's actively using it. Doesn't change what I'm doing down here, though. Alright, I can get a shot off with those guys, and I can get a shot off with her. Question is, will it be enough? She's got that harpoon, too. The harpoon would do it. Oh, yeah. Alright, so no new units out of that one, but that's fine. Claw of the Prowler and Feathered Cap of the Ranger. Animal Slayer and Resistance. This gives defense and Pounce. Ooh, I like Pounce. I like Pounce on this guy. The Dreadnought could really make use of that with all his defense. The Ranger Cap might give to my leader. I'll put it on the Dreadnought for now because resistance is useful. Alright, since he's going to be leading his own army, I'm going to want some of these army buffs that the Dreadnoughts have to offer. I've got emergency, well, no, not emergency repair. Imperial Authority is a good one. Maybe not quite as useful yet. It's going to become more of a factor when I start getting units with the 100% critical hit bonuses. For now, I think something more defensive like Forge Aprons would be good. I'm going to wait, actually. I'll give him... I'm just not going to spend any points just yet. Tunneling... Well, he might... I could probably use tunneling. I need to remember that this guy can get something. But I might wait to give out... you know what? No. Imperial Authority. If he's going to be leading his own army, I'm just going to give him Imperial Authority now. That's okay. Let's see here. I'm going to have one group be together to go into that tunnel again soon, too. Or into that tomb. Won't need the goblin for that one. So I'll leave them kind of together. Bring the bear and the apprentice down. Bring them. And if I can just pile up a few more units from charming and stuff, I'll have two pretty solid armies here. He still can get a little bit more. I'm not gonna close. Not gonna buy anything else right now for him. Okay, I can purchase this dwarf city, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, since it's not really under threat. Wait, the price went up? Did the price go up? I thought it was cheaper than that. It is just a little bit more expensive. I could actually buy it on this turn if I were to, like, sell any item for 10 gold. So do any of my heroes have, like, worthless items that I don't need at all? That harpoon actually just came in handy, so maybe I should hold on to that. Otherwise I probably would have sold that. No, I don't have any items I want to sell right now. They're all being used. So I will wait a turn and just bring them into my country on the next turn. I'm making 89 mana per turn, so still can't afford, or 89 gold per turn, so still can't afford to do anything other than merchandise into this city for the moment. Yeah, I know. I did get the laboratory finished here. This is the city that I'm more likely to splurge in to keep the production going. I need to clear that. Observatory or Master's Guild. Since I'm going to build the Grand Palace anyway, I am going to need that Master's Guild. And I'm going to be dumping most of my income into this city, I think, right now. Maybe I don't need the Grand Palace. I think the city's borders can expand 8. No, I think you do need the Grand Palace. Because it's a town right now. 2 more would be City Metropolis. So, City, then Metropolis, then Observatory, then Wall. No, I should be able to get it. As it only needs 4 more spaces. So I don't actually need the Grand Palace in that city. And it's going to have so much production, I might not need to spend the money on the Masters Guild either. At least, I don't think I need to yet. I think better off would be to build public baths, because that will help with growth. And that also leads to the hospital, which definitely helps with growth. So I'm going to go that route. Okay, and I can deal with these guys up here too. Unfortunately, no charmers in this army, so I'm just going to try to kill them while getting my mage as much experience as possible along the way. As a matter of fact, before I do this battle, I think I'll go ahead and wrap this episode up here, because I'm going to have a couple fights to just start off the next one. I'm going to have to do this battle, then this one, and if I have enough health left, try to kill those animals too. They can reach my city, I think, they could easily run around and get to my city on the next turn, so I'm going to want to do something about them. But first, I'm going to clear that spring, because that's in my borders right now, and I want to have the extra growth and happiness from it. Alright, these guys are almost here too, so I'll be using them to dig up some area around that city, and then probably sending them back south, or maybe to my capital to dig out some walls. Overall, looking pretty good right now, especially down here. The fact that I got the bear and that Nightshade Fairy are kind of game changers. The fairy is going to be helpful in clearing that tomb, and the bear is just going to be helpful because it's a bear. I mean, can't ask for much better than that right now. Guardian Flame, I would move the bear in with them to take advantage of this guy's Guardian Flame, but odds are he's going to spread. I mean, there's plenty of other units that need healing, so I don't think he'd get much, if any of it. Alright, so I'll go ahead and wrap this episode up here. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Really good comments and advice this week. Thank you all very much. Did want to mention very briefly that I am getting a ton of comments now. And I am still trying to respond to most of them. I will say this, I try to respond to every person more so than I try to respond to every comment, because some people do post a lot, and I appreciate that. Trust me, I read all of them, and a lot of times there's a lot of good stuff in there. But it's starting to get to the point now where just reviewing comments and responding from each episode can take hours, and I don't have that much time to pour into it. So I'll focus more on trying to respond to everybody as a person, like try to give every person a response that I can, and responding to any comments that I think merit a response, or that people, asking me questions and wanting a response, that makes sense. I'll try to prioritize those. But if I didn't get to your comment, that's why. It's just time constraints. I'm not trying to ignore you. But like I said, I will try to at least respond to every person at least once. So as long as I can, I'm at almost 600 subscribers. But I do really try to make this more of a community-oriented channel, and so I do try to be very active in my comments. I hope that you all appreciate that, and I hope I don't miss anybody. I'll do my best not to. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and I will see you in episode 6.